It's funny how things work out because we demoed our first locomotive about 2 years ago, but we just started another project demoing 2 locomotives off site. Let's take a quick look at these. I am going to make a more in-depth video showing you a closer look and talking a little bit more about how we're going to tear these apart and cut them apart. And we've already pretty much got one done. I'm going to show you that one in a separate video in just a few minutes, but let's take a closer look at this one and see what it looks like on the inside. So this locomotive is complete with the engine and generator, axles, etc. We are disassembling this machine partially, and they are saving some of the parts, specifically the axles, generator, and air compressor, but everything else is pretty much going to go for scrap. The biggest bummer about this project is the thieves have already come through and stolen a bunch of the copper wire. A significant amount of the scrap value is in that copper wire that runs to the axles. You can see where they've cut them there, and up through the machine to the generator, and basically front to back. But unfortunately, the thieves have come through and stolen pretty much all the copper wire they could get their hands on. So as we step in the back door on the locomotive, you can see we are in the engine room. This is the large air compressor that they are going to keep. And then I believe the engine is bad, which is why this machine is no longer being fixed, but they are going to save some of the parts off of the engine. I'm not exactly sure what. And then off the end of the engine is the generator, and they are definitely keeping the generator, so that's going to have to be removed as well. And there's not very much light in here, but you can see how large these engines are. It's maybe about 15 feet long and about 6 feet tall. They do have the valve cover open on this one, and you can pretty much see each individual cylinder assembly. And now the fun part begins. Basically, we'll cut the top half of this machine off right here at the main deck and get all of this sheet metal removed, get the engine and the generator out, and basically anything else above the main frame. And then we'll cut the main frame in several sections, get it lifted off the axles and off the track, and then it'll head to the scrapyard, be cut up, and sent to the steel mill.